Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content. I also do what's called the Word of the Day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together. I also have inspirational shorts and quotes. And I also have running fitness shorts. I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, what do I have? So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like and subscribe, but most of all, share. For those of you returning, happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well today. I know I am having a blessed day so far. I had a good run this morning. The weather was great. It was like 67 degrees outside. I've had my coffee. I'm feeling energized. I had some time with the Lord this morning in prayer and doing my devotions. And I said, today is just going to be a great day. I can just feel it. And my son's birthday is coming up on Friday. So it's just going to be a great week overall. But enough about me. Let's get into the word of the day. Today we're going to be reading from Psalm 19 and 14. This verse is very nostalgic to me. Growing up in Charleston, South Carolina, as a young kid, we used to go to a church called Joshua Baptist Church, and the pastor always said this verse. And as a kid, I'm like, what, maybe middle school, sixth or seventh grade time frame. And he used to say this verse all the time, right before he would preach. And it was like his prayer, asking God, let whatever I say be pleasing to you. And you guys have probably heard it before too. This is a plea of King David. He's asking God, what I'm saying and thinking, please let it be acceptable in your sight. And it is, may these words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. And in this moment, King David is just asking the Lord while he's praying, let any of my thoughts or what I'm saying, anything that I'm thinking, let it be pleasing to you. Let it be something good. And as a kid, I never realized why my pastor prayed that prayer when he was preaching. But now I'm thinking he said this prayer before he started to preach because he wanted to make sure that what he conveyed to the congregation was pleasing and acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. Because again, a lot of people can read the Bible and people twist the verbiage and the words. So my pastor, who is an amazing man of God, he always said that prayer saying, Lord, basically bless whatever I say, let it be received properly, and let me convey it properly. Whatever thoughts I have, whatever I say, let it be pleasing to you. And he always did a great job all the time. And he is a tall guy, like over 6 feet tall. And he had this commanding presence. He wore glasses, but he was like the sweetest man. And his wife actually used to do my hair. And every Sunday without fail. It was, even if I wasn't paying attention or twiddling in my little purse, because I'm like in sixth grade, I'm not paying attention, but I always got at least bits and pieces, and I knew what he was saying here and there. But I'm sure if I were to go back to that church now as an adult, I would definitely get everything that Pastor Grove was saying, like every single thing. But it makes sense to me now. Even when I'm talking, I'm hoping that what I'm conveying is pleasing and acceptable to the Lord. I'm hoping that it's coming off right and coming off correctly. Because, like I always tell you guys, don't take my word for it. You have to read it yourself because you can't just take people's word for it. So I know that Reverend Grove was always, I'm pretty confident he did this. He probably studied the word inside and out, and he prayed about his sermon. And then going into church that Sunday, he said the prayer, may these words be pleasing and acceptable in your sight. So he's saying, Lord, please let whatever I say or think or convey, let it be pleasing to you, because he's trying to get the word across. That was his calling. That was what the Lord asked him to do. And he's like, Lord, if I'm going to do it, please help me do it right. And this is what King David was asking, the same thing of God. Anything that that I'm thinking or saying, let it come off correctly. Let it be your words. Let it be your thoughts. Because we know that the word, everything is God breathed. All these words in here, this is God's words right here. So when we're preaching a sermon, discussing things with people, we want it to come off correct and pleasing. Just like I think of it like a father. You want to get your father's stamp of approval. Like, did I do it right, Dad? And of course, your dad will give you a thumbs up, like, yep, you did it right. I feel like that's kind of what, David was asking, let what I do be right and kind of like giving that confirmation that I did it okay. And in turn, that's how I feel Reverend Grove was like, let these words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. Let what I do, let what you have called me to do, what you have blessed me to do, let it be pleasing. Let me do a good job. Point, period, point blank. So when I read that, it was very, very nostalgic for me because I used to hear it every single Sunday. And it's one of those verses that if you hear that every day on Sunday, you don't forget that. And I just never knew where it was. So when I found it, when I was reading, I kind of started smiling because I was like, Reverend Grove used to pray this prayer, before he would preach every Sunday. And that's something that I'll cherish as a kid, as always. But not only for our pastors, trying to convey the word, people that have social media platforms like myself or any other, social media platforms that are, talking about the Bible and Christianity. I think we all should be, giving this plea that King David did. Let the words of my heart, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. Lord, what I say to my audience, let it come off the right way and let it be pleasing. The work that you called me to do, let it be acceptable, let it be good, let it be encouraging, and let it be healing and helpful. And I hope that's what it's doing for you guys. All right, again, this was Psalm 19, verse 14, but you guys always know what I say. Don't take my word for it, read it for yourself. Okay, I love you guys. I hope this blessed you, and Lord willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.